Well. Best damn nation, beautiful people. It is Wednesday, and you know it goes down, Jack. It's the best damn wrestling podcast. I'm your host, Brian Renegade, and with me, I have the best damn crew. I got the Renaissance man himself. Jack of all trades, the genie of the best damn wrestling podcast. LP is in the building.
What's going on? What's going on?
Next, I have the Sultan of Spices. They call him the pastry chef pimp. Senor Fuego himself, Chef Showtime.
What's good?
Roman Reigns is speaking to me. And last but not least, I have Mr. Boots to Asses himself. Mr. Everything, Victor Andrews.
What's up? What's up? Please excuse the echo. I'm trying something different.
It's all good, brother. We are the best damn wrestling crew. Thank you for watching us, and thank you for listening to us on Pandora, on iHeartRadio, on Spotify. You can say, Alexa, play the best damn wrestling podcast, and she will play it for you. I don't know what that means. Somebody dropping off a load or something. But you can ask Alexa to play the best damn wrestling podcast, and she will play it for you. You can listen to your boys each and every Wednesday, or you can listen to us any day of the week on your favorite app near you. Fellas, let me go around the room, man. How's your week been going on? Let me start with LP.
It's going okay, man. Just working on stuff. Not nothing major. I ain't been busy enough, so some people need to come get some photos real quick. I'm going crazy.
If you need some holiday pictures,
Yeah.
If you want to do a sexy Santa, if you want some seasonal pics for your boo, hit up your boy LP.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? One click got everything you need, Jack. Chef Showtime. What's been happening, Playboy?
Nothing. Just chilling. Letting my corns breathe. Nothing. Just got done with the holiday cooking. Working on this next holiday, Christmas. Some more cooking. Same old.
Oh man, same old from the chef of the best damn wrestling podcast. We got to go to the wrestler of the best damn wrestling podcast. Mr. Everything, what's happening?
Man, nothing much, man. I had my last taping with Control Your Narrative this past Friday, and I'm pretty much in awe for the rest of the year, except for a couple of little things I got going on, but I'm chilling, man.
Awesome, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. The holidays are upon us. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I know I did. I look like Carl Winslow right now. I look like a little portly right now, so I'm still getting rid of some of this turkey. Been in the gym twice a week, so trying to get it in to get my body back, because I'm trying to look sexy for the summer. You dig what I'm saying? But the holidays will do it to you, and I'm gonna put it right back on for Christmas. So if you're eating good, I know y'all ate good. LP, did you eat good, sir?
Oh yeah. But that past 3 days, I ate even better, the same food.
Oh man. I know I ate on my food for a little bit. I started to get creative with the food, man, because I don't want to throw it away. So it's real easy to make some mac and cheese pancakes. You know what I'm saying? Some collard green cereal. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not a Pepto-Bismol.
Boy, I start eating the turkey until it start moving around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Once the turkey start moving, I'm like, all right, it's time to throw this away. You can't eat on your Thanksgiving leftovers, but for so long, man. But fellas, we had a treat over the weekend, man, with the big event Survivor Series War Games. And I want to go ahead and get into it. Beautiful people, best damn nation, you know what time it is, and it is my personal favorite segment that we do each and every week. It's Hot Topics. All right. So, Survivor Series War Games. I think it was a pretty decent event. I want to go around the board and see what you guys thought about the whole Survivor Series War Games event, pay-per-view. And we got to do a grade, man, A through F. You know what I'm saying? Just like we in school. Let's go to your boy, the genie of the Best Damn Wrestling podcast, LP.
I give it a C plus.
A C plus. Man, you are very stern, sir, in your judging. what did you feel like War Games was missing?
The war. I just felt like I just felt like in today's era, a match like that ain't the same if you ain't got blood and you ain't got, I guess that's the old school me coming out. Like I did expect them to do more. They didn't do a lot of big movements, big things. I just thought it was, now the female match to me was better than the male match, but I thought the male match was even the ending was very lackluster. Like, I don't know, I was like, where was everybody at when that was going on? Like, they didn't do nothing. They should have did more things that really should have eliminated half of the people, but most of them was getting hit with regular hits. So I'm like, y'all could have easily been over there and helped your boy KO out. So yeah, I just thought it was a little weak sauce. It was like a SmackDown episode to me, not like I was hyped. Maybe I was too hyped. No,
you know what? I would have to agree with you on that, man. To the fact that this was a more watered down version of the War Games matches. If you guys have seen the War Games matches on NXT, they're a lot more brutal. There's a lot more that goes on. Obviously, WWE takes the safety of their wrestlers very, very seriously. But I think that they could have put a little bit more oomph in some of them hits. I think the storylines were there for some of the matches, but I think the War Games women's match was very, very good. It's probably the best War Games match on the card versus the men. But the men's War Games match told really great stories. And I want to go into the differences in between the storyline matches and the very brutal matches for an event like War Games. Chef, what did you think about War Games?
I will give it a C. It needed more violence.
See, tough crowd here, very tough crowd, man. Needs a little bit more violence.
Like I agree with LP. It was boring. The best match was the females' War Game. It wasn't worth watching like that.
Hold that thought. We're gonna go into that in a second. Mr. Everything, what would you grade the Survivor Series War Games pay-per-view?
I definitely had to give it a B minus. Yeah, some of the matches did need a little bit extra. I don't think we really need blood anymore. I think we're done with that era for a very long time because it's too much risk in that. So yeah, it was a good show. I enjoyed it.
Fellas, I gotta stay in line with what you guys are saying, man. I thought it was like a C plus show. And I'm gonna tell you why. I thought that the women's War Games match was really good. They went all out. It could have been a little bit more violent, as we all are saying, for War Games. But overall, I think that the women did a bang up job on that card. The Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley match was a great match, and we're going to get into all of that in a second. But I thought that was one of the top matches on the card. Of course, I did not like the the Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey match. I think that's why a lot of us probably are saying it's like a C match because that match was horrible. Let's be honest. That match was absolutely dumpster juice. it was garbage. And that kind of brought down the rating of the show for me. And the men's War Games match was really good. Also, it told really good stories. I really enjoyed that match also. So if I had to grade it, I would give it a C plus. You know what I mean? I'm kind of staying in line with you guys. I think that it could have been better. Let's go around the room, man. Let's see who you got for match of the night. LP, who you choosing? What match are you choosing for match of the night?
Yeah, I gotta go with that triple threat match. That was, to me, that was the best match. I mean, there ain't nothing close to even really. You can't even really say nothing close. Like, unless you gonna say the women, other than the women's match, it got to be that match. Because the damn show won't Ronda match. Like, Ronda needs to, like, she just needs to go away. Like, I don't know why she even here anymore. But yeah, I definitely gotta go with the triple threat match. The ending shocked me. I wish Bobby would have hit that spear a little harder because he really didn't really hit him that like I wanted him to. And
Yeah.
that was kind of mean. He just kind of just kind of took.
I was expecting Bobby to lace him with that spear, but I guess he hit it long enough for your boy Austin Theory to get to 1, 2, 3 and become your new United States champion. Chef Showtime, what was the match of the night for you, sir?
The women's War Games match. Everything else was boring. The Bobby Lashley Austin Theory match was dumpster juice. The Ronda Rousey fight, dumpster juice. Even the men's War Games was extra dumpster juice. So,
oh man, with extra slime. Oh, jeez, Louise, ham and cheese, please. Let me get a little bit of sunshine on this thing, Mr. Everything. What was your match of the night?
Yeah, I don't know what Chef was watching, but that triple threat was definitely the match of the night. It was everything that it was more than what we expected because it was a clash of styles with all three of them. So I definitely enjoyed that one.
Hey man, that triple threat match was pretty damn good, man. Let's not forget the Finn Balor versus AJ Styles match. That was a really good match, also.
No.
Did you blow a raspberry? Jesus. We got a tough crowd here at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast, man. We got a high standard for our wrestling, Jack. I thought that the Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory versus Seth Rollins match was the match of the night. I thought that it was up and down the whole time. The finish was great because I know my mouth was gaped wide open. I was like, I couldn't believe it. But I was excited to see Austin Theory. I like this new Theory, man. He looks good. He put down the phone, stopped doing selfies, man. He looks serious. He looks dangerous, man. And he looks like $1 million. And I think a lot of veterans, whether they like his attitude or not, a lot of veterans will say, hey, man, this kid got something. And I think within the next 5 years, Austin Theory will become a big name in the business. You can shake your head all you want to, sir, but the fact that remains is that this boy got his belt back. He's a 2-time United States champion, and he's still young, man. He's 25 years old. He looks good. I think Austin Theory is money, man, and I think if they stick with him, put him with some really good people to tell some stories with, they might have a good option for a successor in Roman Reigns within the next 2 to 3 years.
They gave him the option. You put your phone down or you want the championship. That boy dropped that phone fast. Like,
well, he had to do something, man. And you know, if anybody got some bounce back, your boy Austin Theory got a little of what we call in the hip hop culture, a little bounce back. I mean, he hit rock bottom and then he came up and got the championship when nobody believed in him. If that ain't motivation, I don't know what is. Everybody called him a joke. Everybody called him a failure. They call him stupid for cashing in his money in the bank. His reasoning behind cashing it in makes sense to me because Roman Reigns is protected. You got 5 dudes around this cat at all times. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to cash in your money in the bank contract. But I understood his reasoning behind it, man. I wanted to see him do a little bit more, but I like where Austin Theory is going, man, and I'm going to congratulate the new United States champion.
Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler. He is Dolph Ziggler. That is the route he's going.
He is Dolph Ziggler. Hold up. First of all, sir, I'm going to ask you to put some damn respect on Dolph Ziggler's name.
I can't, because they won't put the respect on Dolph Ziggler. I like Dolph Ziggler, but they won't even put the respect on Dolph Ziggler's name.
Dolph Ziggler.
Austin Theory is just like Dolph Ziggler. Let's really pay attention to it. He is just like Dolph Ziggler.
I think the thing with Dolph Ziggler is that the thing that hurt him, and I think this is a good subject. The thing that hurt Dolph Ziggler is the same thing that kind of hurt a lot of other wrestlers who had high expectations, where you're getting compared to a Shawn Michaels, and everybody is looking at you thinking you're a Shawn Michaels type of replica. Thank you, clone, a Shawn Michaels clone. And I don't think that Dolph is that at all. I think Dolph is one of the hardest workers on the roster. I think that he doesn't get the credit that he's due. And to be honest with you, when the boy went down to NXT and won the NXT belt, did he not bring validity and more eyes to the belt? He made it more entertaining than Brian Breaking. I have to be honest with you. That little period of time when Dolph had it, man, that was the belt. That was a hot belt. You know what I'm saying? Dolph brought a lot of eyes to that belt. And so I think that Dolph Ziggler is always going to be like Luigi. He's always going to be like a player too. You know what I'm saying? He's getting older now, so I don't see him getting a belt unless he does like a Chris Jericho and revitalizes his characters, man, and just comes out with different types of characters, or maybe join a group of some sort. The Dirty Dogs was doing good for Dolph Ziggler for a small point in time, and then I believe Bobby Roode, or Robert Roode, as he's known to the WWE universe, he got hurt. So Dolph has kind of been on his own for a little bit, and a lot of people spinning their wheels. A lot of veterans on the roster right now kind of spinning their wheels because everybody that's main event right now is NXT originals. You know what I'm saying? So put some respect on Dolph Ziggler name, man. I had to put that little sneak bit in there. I got you, Dolph. LP tried to get at you, son. I got you, Dolph. All right. But like I said, match of the night for me was the Seth, Bobby, and Theory fight, man. I thought that was really good. But the same kind of thing that happened to Dolph Ziggler is the same thing that kind of happened to Austin Theory, where people put him on a pedestal and they start comparing him to different wrestlers. I think what he's trying to do now is break that mold and break out on his own, and that's why he has this new darker character that we're seeing on Monday Night Raw. Let me go to the man LP. What was your best damn moment of the Survivor Series War Games event?
I don't think I had a moment where there wasn't a moment when I jumped out of my seat, or I was just like, oh my god, like just like Chef said, it was kind of boring. Like I don't even know if it had a bet. I think everything was straight down the line. I don't think there was no ups or downs, because I'm thinking like, was there a moment?
Well, I can tell you my moment. I'm gonna tell you the moment that made me jump up and down. It was at the end of the event. It was at the end of the men's War Games match. The Bloodline had just told a beautiful storyline. As soon as Roman Reigns came in, they were getting beat the whole match and back and forth. Roman Reigns came in, rallied up the troops, and they went at it. Sami Zayn was at a crossroads because he had his best friend, Kevin Owens, who is his opponent. And he has to prove himself to his new group that adopted Sami Zayn as family and brought him into the circle of the bloodline. I thought it was a great story. The best moment for me was at the end after they won. Sami to win the match. Sami hit his best friend KO in the gonads, and then kicked him in the face, allowing Jey Uso, his stablemate, to jump off the ropes and do a splash. 1, 2, 3, pins him, and Sami Zayn is embraced by Roman Reigns, and then he is embraced by Jey Uso. I thought that was a great moment. It almost brought tears to my eyes because that was something where you didn't think those two would ever get together, they would ever function, they would ever click, and now they seem like they're on the same page, where Jey Uso was even taken up for Sami Zayn on Monday Night Raw and had an altercation with KO, where KO actually ended up winning that altercation. But I thought that segment was gold. I thought it was great. And I thought the press conference after that with Paul Heyman giving Sami Zayn his praise and his flowers for his great performances, I thought that was all spectacular, man. So if I had to do a best damn moment of the War Games Survivor Series match, I would have to say it would be when Jey and Sami Zayn hugged it out like family. You know what I'm saying?
Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Mr. Everything, did you have a favorite moment?
I have to agree with you that moment that he sacrificed, per se, Kevin Owens to the bloodline had to be the best moment of the entire night.
Yeah, man, that was a great moment. It's going to be remembered for a long time. Chef, did you have any moments that you see as your best damn moment?
My best damn moment is when it went off.
When it went off. Jeez. You guys are hard critics, man.
It was like the end when it came on. I was like, yes. And when it went off, I was like, yes. I was happy.
Oh man, you guys are a tough crowd. I do have to make a mention real quick. We saw who the fifth member in the women's War Games match was. And we had all these speculations on who it might be. And it ended up being none other than the man, Becky Lynch. Fellas, I want to see how excited are you to see Becky Lynch back in the fold? Do you think that she's in championship contention? And then I want to talk about the differences in between her characters, because I didn't know until Monday. And I want to break that down real quick. But LP, how you feel about the man being back in town?
I mean, I like Becky Lynch. I think it's good to have her back, so they're not doing the same stuff over and over. I think it's only a matter of time before she go for the belt. Becky's at the point now she's not gonna be without a belt for too long. So I think Bianca's about to come off of it one way or another. It's like they're keeping everybody away from Ronda, which is crazy. Like they keep all the good wrestlers away from Ronda, and they let Ronda fight whoever's in the damn stands at the So unless they're gonna send her somewhere else, I'm thinking they might send her to SmackDown. But somebody going to SmackDown. Somebody got to go to SmackDown. It's either gonna be her, Bayley, or Bianca. Somebody got to go.
Somebody got to go. Raw does have a very packed roster for the women's division. SmackDown, I think they need more stars, more competition on that show. To be honest with you, they had a lot, but now it's kind of they're doing the same women over and over again. Chef, Showtime What do you think about Becky Lynch, the man, coming back around?
I loved it. You know what I mean? Like LP was saying, they need to move her because she's gonna go for the title, but she's not going for the Raw. She's gonna go for SmackDown. It's gonna be her against Ronda. It's gonna be a great match. I'm saying that now.
For WrestleMania or before?
Hmm?
You saying for WrestleMania or you saying before? Because everybody been saying they were gonna do a WrestleMania.
Now I don't think they're gonna get. It's gonna be Becky Lynch against like Charlotte for WrestleMania. Charlotte gonna be back before WrestleMania.
Please no.
I would love to see that, and I think that's a WrestleMania. That's going to be at the top of the card if it is to happen. I'm not sure because I'm not even sure what's going on with Charlotte, so I can't even speculate. But you guys know I'm a Charlotte fan, so I'm just waiting for her to come back and decimate everybody. Let's get into characters real quick. I know we had talked about characters and how a character can make a wrestler. And for me, I just realized that the man character is a babyface. And the Big Time Bex character for Becky Lynch is the heel. I didn't know that. I couldn't really, I mean, I knew it in theory, but I didn't really know the difference between the two characters until she left as Big Time Bex. And she was getting her ass whooped every week, being Big Time Bex, to be honest with you, at the end of it. And it almost seems like she had to get her confidence back. She had to call on her inner man, her inner man, and and come out and to start doing some of the things that she's known for, which is being the top tier champion. But Mr. Everything, how hard is it to switch from a heel character that is well loved to a babyface character? How hard is that switch between both, or it just depends on the night?
Honestly, it's really not that hard because a lot of it is dictated by the fans anyway. So the fans can love you all day, but one time that you do something they don't like, they can turn on you. And we pretty much transition however the fans see us. So and then let's not forget the man character came from The Rock. She got that character from The Rock. So it wasn't hard for her to be able to take that on as she started doing the rock bottom. But it's not hard to transition. It's hard on how the fans take it.
Yeah, I would think that for some people that are really good, it wouldn't be that difficult. But for someone who's used to working one way and now all of a sudden they have to work another way, I would think that there would be some type of transition change or character change or something where they have to just take on a whole different persona, maybe an extension of themselves in order to play a villain, a really good villain. Let me go around the room, man. Who were some people who do you think were really good at both roles? They were good faces and they were good heels. Who's a wrestler who is really good at being either or and getting the crowd over?
Mankind.
Go ahead, Chef Showtime.
Mankind.
Mick Foley. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Mick Foley had many faces. I've seen him wrestle 3 different personalities in one match. So it's, I think that Mick Foley or Mankind, which is one of his characters, I think that he is a really good one. LP, you got somebody in mind? Who's really good at being the heel in the face?
Stone Cold. He was good at both. The Rock. They was pretty much everybody except for John Cena.
Yeah.
John Cena started off as the economics.
That don't. Come on now. Once John Cena went,
He's like the most polarizing character there is.
Once John Cena got to that level, he even when he should have went heel, they never made him. Look at Roman. Look how long people wanted Roman to go heel, and they wouldn't do it. Now it's the best thing ever. If John Cena would have went heel during that Nexus, John Cena would have been the man. But John Cena, he ain't gonna do it now. John Cena was a heel when he was first coming up, that little bit of small amount of time, he didn't matter. Once he got big, he never went back to heel. Everybody else would go back and forth. Even Stone Cold. Stone Cold said he regretted it at one point in time. I saw an interview. He said he regretted going heel. But Stone Cold as a heel with the Alliance, it was hilarious. It was funny.
I didn't like that Stone Cold. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't a fan of that Stone Cold. I felt like that Stone Cold sold out. It was a horrible, soggy cornflake version of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What? That started from him being a heel. What?
And that's the worst thing that happened to wrestling. That one catchphrase is the worst thing that's ever happened to wrestling because fans chew wrestlers up with that what, Jack. And it messes them up and it throws them off. And people who have the script memorized in their head and they try to say it, and the fans are like, what? It'll throw them off completely. You can see the people who it affects.
You gotta know how to do it. You ever see the Undertaker? He got out. Undertaker was like, if you sleep with your sister, say what? And they stopped.
Man. That is funny. Mr. Everything, who is a really good heel / babyface?
I have to throw either The Undertaker or Randy Orton. Those two are my top two to be able to transition between both sides easily with no problems.
I'm gonna go to someone who has been flickering back and forth for a while now, and he is known as the great Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho has been wrestling since the Attitude Era, man. I remember when Chris Jericho first debuted in WCW. You know what I mean? He was different. He was the long-haired punk with the shiny, glittery pants, man. And, you know, he had a Shawn Michael-esque vibe. Like, if you had to put the Hollywood Blondes with the Shawn Michaels type character, that's what he was at the time. I loved Chris Jericho. I love watching Chris Jericho coming up. I love watching the young CM Punk come up before he came to his prominence. You know what I'm saying? I like watching those young, hungry type wrestlers. But Chris Jericho is one of those guys who can flip-flop between being a babyface and a heel. And for people who don't know what a babyface and a heel is, a babyface is a good guy and a heel is a bad guy. And you need those dynamics sometimes in the ring to be able to tell stories, to get behind one wrestler and to kind of know the dynamics in the ring of good and evil. It's like the ultimate battle of good and evil for a lot of these. So Chris Jericho, man, he can this week on TV, he can be the Ring of Honor champion and be the Ocho, a heel character, a bad guy character. And next week he can switch to the Lionheart Chris Jericho and be a babyface. You know what I mean?
Like Triple H to me.
Who you saying?
That sounds like Triple H to me.
Triple H is one of those guys who can be a good heel / babyface.
Vince and Shane too.
Yeah.
Shane always been a heel.
I've always liked Shane McMahon. You know, I always thought Shane McMahon was cool, man. He always had fresh sneakers on. But
he's never been a babyface. He always been a heel.
Yeah. When he first came and people were cheering, when he bought WCW and all that whole stuff, when he was fighting Vince, he was always the first time he just broke the post.
Yeah.
No, he always been a heel. Every time he fights, he been a heel.
No, you gotta remember when he fought Big Show, he was a babyface. When he fought Test, he was a babyface.
When he fought Vince, he was a babyface. What are you talking about?
When he fought AJ Styles, he was a babyface.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, now I don't think now because everybody nobody likes him now, which is when
he burned a lot of bridges, man.
Yeah. When I go back and watch a lot of old wrestling on Peacock, I be like, man, everybody thought Shane was about to be the man. Now Shane, like nobody wants to even if he showed up now, people probably
Shane is almost an outcast.
yeah, he is.
You know what I'm
It's
saying? And he was supposed to be the crown prince of the WWE. He was supposed to take over from Vince McMahon. I'm not mad at the choice for Triple H to take over. Shane has some really great ideas, but Shane's ideas kind of muddled the world of wrestling and like other segments like MMA. I remember he had the Raw
Raw.
after Raw Underground, where Omos
I loved
first
it.
made his first appearance. And Raw Underground, I like Raw Underground. It was a little different. I didn't quite understand the rules, and I'm like, how is this even how is this even possible? How were you even able to do a full UFC style mixed martial arts fight within 2 minutes? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was very interesting, but it gave wrestlers, just like the 24/7 title, it gave wrestlers something to do during that time. But Shane McMahon was the man. Shane is a good babyface slash heel character because either you can love him or you can love to hate him. You know what I mean? But that's so interesting. And like I said, going back to the Becky Lynch, the man versus Big Time Bex, it's good to see the difference in characters and how wrestlers interact with other wrestlers once they do change their character. Mr. Everything, your characters in the ring. Do you enjoy playing a baby face more than you enjoy playing a heel?
I enjoy them both, but it's a lot easier to be a heel than it is to be a babyface because you can get people to hate you faster than you can get people to love you.
That's
Especially if you don't have something they can relate to. So it's an enjoyable. Like even my son has been able to work either way. He can transition between being a baby face in one show and a heel in another one. It's just all a matter of how you grasp the emotions of the fans that's watching you do your thing.
Yeah. I got a comment from the Best Damn Nation. Razor Ramon was a good babyface slash heel. I only remember Razor Ramon really as a heel. He's done babyface work also. I've only really remember Razor Ramon
One,
as
two, three kid. With the 1, 2, 3 kid.
when it was in the NWO when they was over. Remember they won't always bad guys. Like people love the outsiders, so they
they
was
were
kind of
heels though. They were heel characters.
they
They
were
muddled
facing.
they muddled the line of a Stone Cold or Rock where you have this heel babyface kind of lane where you're not quite a good guy, you're not quite a bad guy. You're just like kind of in the middle, and you get cheers either way, being who you are.
No, he
I
was
think,
he was a baby face when he was with the Wolfpack. Because
Yeah,
he
the
had the
wolf,
NWO white, the white, the black and white, then he had the red and
okay.
white. And he was a baby face with the Wolfpack.
the Wolfpack was the babyface NWO squad.
I
The
don't
best.
remember that. I don't remember that. I
You don't
don't
remember,
remember really.
who was it? It was Big Sexy Sting.
Yeah.
What's the Hispanic guy name? The Hispanic guy. That used
You had Lex Luthor for a little bit.
Not Cannon. What's his name?
Conan.
Conan.
Was Rey Mysterio with them too?
No.
Or no, they tried to get they had Mike Tyson.
But I remember when Sting had it. Yeah, the red and black. That was the best squad in NWO. Doom, 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 doom,
Oh man.
doom.
I like that. And I think one show, man, we're gonna do squad versus squad. You get to pick a legendary 3 to 5 member team, and then you go head to head. We're gonna do that one show. I'm gonna smash y'all with my with my crew. Just to let y'all know. All right, go ahead and get the people in mind because it's going down, Jack. All right, beautiful people. We got some highlights from the Raw show. This past Monday, your boy Montez Ford has returned to action. Him and his partner uh, with Street Profits.
Angelo
I'm
Dawkins.
excited. Yeah,
Yeah,
Dawkins, Angelo Dawkins. I'm excited. I forgot for a second. I'm sorry. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford are back together. Montez looks huge. The boy been putting on some muscle. And Angelo Dawkins has been losing weight. Both of them boys are looking good, man. In the ring, I love the Street Profits. We said before in the prior show that Montez Ford has one of the best frog splashes that we've seen. Right now, he has the best frog splash on the roster next to Logan Paul. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Logan Paul does have a great frog splash. But yeah, Montez Ford, man, his frog splash is just on a different level, man. It's just on a different level. We've seen them face the Alpha Academy, which I have to be honest with you. The Alpha Academy has been constant for months. They have been constantly in the tag team title. They have been on Monday Night Raw almost every Monday night. Um, is I think being a good worker is being overlooked sometimes, and the Alpha Academy have been really good workers. Um, Let me go to Mr. Everything. How important is it to be a good worker in any company that you work for? What's the advantages?
The advantage is the fact that you can get in the ring with anybody and make them look good without making yourself looking washed down. And Chad Gable has that ability to be able to get in the ring with anybody and make them look good. And then you add Otis into the mix, who is also an amateur wrestler. You know, he has that long background, whatever. Um, so being a good worker inside the ring shows that you can, you know, like I just said, like you can make anybody look good, you can make yourself look good, and you're easy to work with. You're not going to do anything complicated. I don't have to have a whole drawing book to figure out what you're doing, and I got to look up YouTube and Google and all that. Like you can pretty much flow with them very easily. So it's so many different advantages. The disadvantage is the fact that you'll be so good that they want to put you in a ring with everybody to put them over. So it
Yeah,
kind of takes away from you to being able to get over and get the big opportunities, like the title opportunities, things like that, because you're so good at getting everybody else over. It's hard to be able to get yourself over in the same sense.
yeah, it definitely makes sense to me. Um, I've always liked solid workers, man. Um, I was a big Dean Malenko fan. I thought Dean Malenko was a solid worker, man. D'Lo Brown was a solid worker. I've always loved D'Lo Brown, and a lot of people will praise D'Lo Brown for being a wrestler's wrestler. You know what I mean? So I've always appreciated Daniel Bryan when he was in the WWE, where the workhorse. Even when he's in AEW, he doesn't have a championship right now, which I don't understand that. But the boy is a worker, man. He can work with anybody. He improves people, and he knows how to make people look good and make himself look good. So I've always liked wrestlers who are multifaceted like that and really good workers, man. So I just wanted to shout out the Alpha Academy for being constant, man, because they're in the ring almost every week and they're doing their thing and they're making everybody look good. But the Street Profits have returned to form, man, and I'm excited to see what else the Street Profits do. Also, on Monday Night Raw, your boy Dexter Loomis defeated The Miz, and he now has a WWE contract. LP, I know you're not familiar with a lot of NXT call-ups, but I wanted to get your first impressions on your boy Dexter Loomis. What do you think about Dexter Loomis, and where's his place in the WWE?
Hopefully in the back and catering, putting the meal. I'm not impressed. I was interested in first, like, but I just think they drone this storyline out extremely too long. Like, come on, you dudes already had a contract. It's 2022. We're not doing contract and stuff like that. We know somebody showing up. We know, like, come on, stop it. Like, come up with something better. I don't know. I'm not a big fan, but I get into him a little bit later on.
Oh man, I like Dexter Loomis, man. I like the quiet assassin. He's creepy as hell. It's always a place for a wrestler like that, especially if you have a counterpart who is animated and a good storyteller, such as what's my boy name? Johnny Wrestling. Yeah, Johnny Wrestling. Johnny Gargano. Yeah. Well, I call him by his moniker. You know, but yeah, Johnny Gargano is a really good storyteller, and I think that him and Dexter Loomis partnering up will be really good at telling some stories. They can run that angle for a little bit, man. So I'm excited to see more from Dexter Loomis, but he got his contract, man, and I'm excited to see more of your boy Dexter. Creepy ass eyes. All right. Moving on, man. LP, your boy KO. Man, he's been firing on all cylinders lately, man. Since he came back, he came right to the top of the card, and he faced Bloodline, and there's some talks that he may be facing Roman Reigns in the near future. On Monday Night Raw, he showed up to the Bloodline, and he talked to Sammy in a way of, hey, Sammy, I'm not mad at you for what you did at War Games. As a matter of fact, I don't blame you at all. I've turned my back on you. I've stabbed you in the back multiple times. And he said, I don't hold any kind of ill will towards you. He said, matter of fact, I don't want to ride with you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want anything to do with you, Sammy. Sami Zayn looked hurt for real. I saw a little tear come down his eyes. LP, how do you feel about the relationship between KO and Sammy, and do you think something would come out of this storyline?
Yeah, I mean, I when they change this stuff around, I kind of agree with Mr. Everything that they gonna kind of start pushing towards Sammy and Roman going at it, because I think Sammy's gonna be so popular in the Bloodline now. He's gonna take eyes on Roman, and they gearing toward that. I knew that after this they were gonna gear towards something, but to me it looks like they're headed toward that. So, I think KO's gonna play a part, but I think Sammy's popularity is too big right now. Like, to be honest, his pops is almost big as Roman. I want to say his pops is bigger than Roman. So,
oh man,
they got to carry that. And I was thinking the other day, you got January, February, March, and April. They got 4 months. So Roman's probably not even gonna have to defend his title. He might defend it against KO between now and April. He's only gonna defend his belt one time for WrestleMania. Probably the Royal Rumble or something.
It's either going to be a Royal Rumble or maybe Elimination Chamber. I can see him defending his belt at one of those. This KO and Sammy relationship has been over 20 plus years, man. And I think there's some real storyline in what they're doing between the two characters. Mr. Everything, what do you think about the KO versus Sammy relationship?
I love it. It's great storytelling. It shows the realism in everything that they're doing, especially with KO and Sami Zayn being really best friends, like in real life. So it brings realism to it. And I really feel like this is going to carry over into Royal Rumble. We're going to have Sami Zayn and KO as the last two, maybe Jey Uso involved in it as well. Sami Zayn winning the Royal Rumble, and then there's your altercation between the Bloodline and Sami Zayn going into WrestleMania for Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah. I like the dynamic and story between KO and Sami Zayn. I think it's still more there, even though KO is hinting that him and Sami Zayn are going to have nothing to do with each other, but I don't think so. I think they're going to come together in some type of way. You don't just throw a 20-year relationship away. Some people do, but so most of the time people find a way of getting back to each other if they're real friends. So I'm interested to see where that goes. But right now, Sami Zayn or Sami Uso is all bloodline. Fellas, on SmackDown, I know you guys have been paying attention. Right now, going on in the world is soccer. It's football. It's taking over the world right now. Every country is vying for their teams to take over and bring prestige and gold back to their country. The WWE is doing something similar where they have the SmackDown World Cup, and the winner of that World Cup gets to face the one and only Gunther. This past week, we now have our finalists for the SmackDown World Cup. We have Ricochet representing the United States, and we have Santos Escobar, who is representing Mexico. I think this is going to be a banger of a match. It's going to be really, really good. It's not going to be too fair for Ricochet because Santos Escobar has a whole faction behind him. That's pretty much probably going to help him out get this win. But are you guys excited to see Santos Escobar versus Ricochet? And who would you rather see Gunther face for the Intercontinental Championship? I'm going to go tell Showtime.
I'd rather see Ricochet. Gunther. It's gonna be a good little David and Goliath match. A little high flyer that's gonna be jumping the top rope. If he can keep moving fast, he'll beat Gunther. But one of them chops gonna cut his head off. You know what I mean? Because they move Escobar a little too fast towards the belt. He just got there and he barely had any matches.
The boy good, man. I don't care how fast they move. He's good. And I think his faction has the ability to do what Imperium is doing right now with the Intercontinental Championship. I can see that happening. And I can see Gunther moving up to a more prominent role to be able to face a Roman Reigns. But I really like I think this match is going to be banging, to be honest with you. Ricochet versus Santos Escobar. What do you think, LP?
I want to go with Ricochet. Well, I you're not going with Braun Strowman. Woo!
I think they're going to do that eventually. I think they're going to do the Braun Strowman versus Gunther eventually. But right now,
Braun is trash. Yeah, I want to see Ricochet. I think Ricochet and what's the other boy?
Santos Escobar.
No, not even him. The other guy. The guy that Bobby Lashley has been beating up last couple of weeks.
Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, I thought those two guys were like real good when they first showed off. They was real good. They just didn't do nothing with the storyline wise. Like they put a dude in a retribution and all that kind of mess like that. I mean, they just had bad writers. But I felt like those two guys are two of the best athletes. They remind me a lot of like Sheldon Benjamin. I would love to see Sheldon Benjamin. Like, he doesn't go. I would love to see him and Sheldon Benjamin have a match. So they're probably never going to do it. But I want to see Ricochet get his time because he don't put in his duties. Just like Seth said, they got to stop letting people just show up and just get stuff. Like, I saw Sasha Banks saying that about Ronda Rousey. Like, Ronda Rousey was giving stuff. It's not fair for the women to put in that work. For people.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a pin in this, and I think that the Ricochet versus Santos Escobar is going to be a really good fight. But to your point with the Ronda Rousey thing, I'm gonna make this into a little segment. How do you guys feel about Ronda Rousey as a champion? I'm gonna be completely honest. The hype around Ronda was really good. Ronda came in, she really picked it up and really learned. I feel like there was a point of time when she was first there, when she was learning and absorbing and becoming a better fighter. The Ronda Rousey we've been seeing lately has been riddled with botches. I don't think that Ronda is a great leader in the ring. Meaning, I don't think that she can carry a match and make everybody look good. I think that when you're watching Ronda, it's almost like you're counting, like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. It just looks sloppy. A lot of stuff that she does is sloppy. Her timing is off. This Shotzi versus Ronda match was absolutely horrible. And to be honest with you, fellas, I have to give the Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey the WTF award.
What the? What's that? What the? What's that?
That match was garbage. It made every match on the card. It brought down the whole. It brought down the whole feeling of the event. I know we all gave it a C, B plus, B minus kind of vibe for the entire show, and it was because of this match. Because this match was god awful. Ronda Rousey cannot lead matches. She needs stronger opponents in the match that can be able to lead and really make stuff look good. LP, are you impressed with Ronda Rousey's performance since she's been champion, since she's come back?
No. I think with Ronda, just like you said, when Ronda first got there, that's when she still had a little bit of hype behind her name. Ronda Rousey is the baddest woman in the planet, blah, 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 blah. But none of that matters now. When Ronda got her tail whooped in UFC those last couple fights, that was it for her. Like, you don't see her in movies no more. You don't see her being she was in Fast and Furious. She was in the Expendable. She was this tough persona. Once she got her tail whooped and quit, she lost all of that. You remember, and I think a lot of fans have not forgiven her, but she talked a lot of trash about WWE when she first left. She talked a whole trash. And I think a lot of fans have not forgotten that. And now she's back. She's probably making more money than half the other girls. And she's getting free money. She don't care. Ronda does not care about none of this stuff. Like, and the fans don't care. They giving her this belt because she's probably contracted to have it. But look at her last couple of matches was Liv Morgan, Shotzi, who the hell that is. Like, who had she really even fought? Shayna Baszler, the only person who really can give her a battle. Let's keep her close to her so she don't gotta fight her. So now if Ronda didn't show up the rest of the year, nobody would know.
Yeah, man. I'm a Ronda Rousey fan too, man, and I hate to see it, but I got to be honest, man. Her in-ring work is god awful. it's hard to watch sometimes, man. I just want to see Ronda do better and become a super dominant fighting champion, where there's no question at all who the SmackDown champion is. So she still has fear around her, but I cannot watch her matches. Her matches are horrible to me, and they've always been pretty bad. I think the only two matches where I really enjoyed Ronda was when she fought Nia Jax, and Nia Jax with the mopping her ass all over the ring. And then the match that she had with Charlotte Flair, because Charlotte pushed the match. And then Charlotte just ended the match beautifully in violence. And I loved every minute of it, because as a wrestling fan, I was pro wrestling versus UFC at the time. So I want to see more from Ronda Rousey, man, as a champion. I just think that, she's lost a little bit of her shine. Real quick, Chef, what you think about Ronda Rousey?
You on mute, Chef.
You know what I mean? But your facial expressions tell me everything I need to know.
I hate Ronda as a heel. She sucks.
Man.
It's when she first came in the baby face, okay, learned what people has, move to the next person. When she starts hurting heel, her character just got her wrestling went downhill, and her character went downhill. To me,
Mm. I can agree with that a little bit, sir. Like I said, I think we want to see more from our champions, man. I would love to see uh, a female version of a Roman Reigns tribal chief kind of character. I think that Becky was on the trajectory to be that star, and then I don't know what happened. She kind of fell off a little bit, but she was the female version of Roman Reigns for a little bit, for just a little bit. And like I said, we want to see more, a little bit from Ronda. Fellas, man, this past week, Mr. Everything blessed us here at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast with another interview with none other than your boy EC3. I'm a big EC3 fan. I remember meeting EC3, and I got a picture of EC3 from way back when. So excuse the fuzziness, but yeah, that's your boy and the great EC3. This was a transitional time when he was in NXT and he was moving up to main roster. I had a chance to talk to him, and I congratulated him for moving up to main roster. And then shortly after that, they decided to part ways, and then he started to create the CYN brand. But I wanted to talk to Mr. Everything, man, and just right before I play this clip, I just want you to disappear on me. While I'm trying to introduce this clip. I appreciate that. But beautiful people, I want you guys to check out this clip from Mr. Everything as he interviews everybody.
My name is Mr. Everything, and I'm with. My name is Mr. Everything, and I'm with this man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to give you his name anyway, Mr. EC3. How you doing? I'm doing all right. So, my question to you: control your narrative. Why? Why you? Why now?
Control your narrative. Why? Why me? Why now? Why not? When? Why? How? Where? When does opportunity come for the up-and-coming professional wrestler, the inspired athlete on the way up? How do they get noticed? How do they get seen? Do you know these answers? Where do they go? When does it happen? Why not now? That's why I control your narrative. That's why, when, and now. Because now is the time for people to break the mold of the conformity of the independent wrestling bubble and the toxic wrestling community. Time to truly inspire each other, find themselves. Control your narrative is to tell your story. I know your story. You wouldn't be standing next to me if I didn't know your story. Your story, his story, damn near broke me. As a man, as a grown man, tough as shit. This man's story had me invested. But it wasn't a story as a character. It was his reality. His reality as a man, his reality as a father. How? How do people get to know these stories? There is no way. Because when that camera's on, cable television, pay-per-view, that red light, behind it, 3 producers, 2 writers, scripts, no heart, no emotion, no reality. So why? Because that's why control narrative is going to exist.
Simple as that. I love it. Back to you guys, back in the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast.
Oh man, that was your boy EC3 with the homegrown Mr. Everything. Can you give us a little bit of backstory to what he was saying, and how is it working with the great EC3?
Oh man, listen, we have so much fun working with Control Narrative. That was Friday night. We were filming some segments, some matches, what we call scraps. This is just content to put out there on Pro Wrestling TV and on the network for Control Your Narrative to get a lot of guys an opportunity to be able to tell their story, to tell the world and show the world who they are, and be able to express their frustrations in professional wrestling. And he had no idea I was going to ask him that question. I just walked up to him and said, "I'm going to ask you one question, and then you answer it however you feel." So that answer that he gave was generally organic. EC3 is always like that. He's always somebody you can reach out to and say, "Hey, I have this idea." And he'll say, "I don't like it, but it's your idea. So what can we do to make it better? What can we do to manifest it? This is what you want to do. This is your idea. This is your truth. This is your story. So what can I do to help you make it good, make it great, make it better?" So I truly appreciate EC3 all the time. Anytime I can have with him, he's always one of those good brothers to have around you.
Yeah, man, I think EC3 is a great wrestler. I've always liked his work, and watching him on the Indies and coming to WWE, to NXT, to WWE main roster, and even some of the stuff that he's been doing with Troy Narrative, to be able to give young wrestlers a platform to develop their star. I think that's a great thing that he's doing, and not a lot of people have the gusto to be able to do that. So I salute EC3, man. I think he has a great platform for young wrestlers, up and coming wrestlers, man. And I would love to see him on some other products in the near future if he chooses to. But I know right now he's doing some great things with Control Your Narrative. How is it working with the guys down there in Control Your Narrative?
Oh man, it's everybody's hungry. Everybody has like the gusto and the drive and the motivation to create something that's different from what we're constantly watching. You know, we have WWE, we have AEW. I think Impact is still around, but we have all these things where everybody's trying to do pretty much the same or trying to trying to be better than the last company because they want to be the best. We have something different. We have something to where it is a control your narrative where all the talent is pretty much controlling everything that they want to do. So a lot of the guys that came through, they're so motivated to be able to go out there and showcase their abilities because it's their story. So it's great to see a lot of these young guys and a lot of these veterans get together, help each other out, push each other to their limits, and take each other to the next level.
That's awesome, man. We look forward to seeing more from Control Your Narrative. And thank you, Mr. EC3, for being a member of the best damn nation. Moving forward, beautiful people. Sometimes we have to go to the genie of the best damn wrestling podcast to allow him to blow a little steam. The wrestling world is full of things to talk about, things to rant about. So we have to go to your boy LP and get a little bit of tough talk.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my!
All right, I'm gonna keep this short this time. So what I say may sound bad to some of y'all, but let me be clear when I say this. The NXT call-ups are ruining the show. The NXT call-ups, majority of the NXT call-ups, and I've said it before, are trash. Most of these people that have brought on have not done nothing Y'all made a big deal about Hit Row coming back. Hit Row don't do nothing, but this look like some gangster, look like Crime Time 2022. You talk about your girl Shotzi. This girl shows up on the tank, and we supposed to get excited about it, and then she get a title shot with Ronda Rousey, and it was a horrible match. She has no business being in a match with Ronda Rousey. Let me tell you why NXT is not working. Stop, just take it. Everybody don't watch NXT. I don't watch it. Everybody don't watch it. I used to watch Raw, and I used to watch SmackDown. I didn't watch Shotgun Saturday damn night unless I didn't have nothing to do. So don't assume everybody watches NXT. So you just keep throwing these people in here, and people are supposed to get excited. Look back at everybody they brought, and majority of the people in the fans don't even know who the hell it is. You bring back Dexter Lumis, and this is what like we supposed to care about Dexter Lumis. First of all, let me tell you something, Dexter Lumis, and I hope you're watching this. When you run around giving that money to them people, I know how you give no black kids nothing. Skip over the little black kids right there. Go back and watch the footage as he give a white kid out the white kid, them little crisp $100 bills. There's some black kids. He was right there. Some black kids like, hey man. He had like he was going in the bag, and then he went over there. That's a red flag. That's a red flag right there. And you gotta pay attention. Dexter Lumis is a racist, and I'm saying it right here, right now. I don't trust Dexter Lumis, and I'm never gonna cheer for nothing Dexter Lumis did. He is a damn racist. Go back and watch it. It's the smallest things you got to know. NXT called up on messing up the business. Look at The Miz. The Miz is one of the best talkers you got. The Miz can still go. Just like I said, look at Dolph Ziggler. Look at anybody damn else that still can go, and they got them jobbing. You got my boy Shelton Benjamin losing the Austin Theory. Get the hell out of here. Come on, stop this. Stop break. They don't need no more NXT callers. Y'all got enough. Nobody else needs to come for the rest of the next 4 or 5 months until you do something with these people that you already have. I don't want to see no more NXT, this person for NXT. You might know this. Don't bring no more. And that is it. That's the Lumis. I'm watching your ass, you racist piece of crap. I know this. I know this. I'm there.
You gotta give these guys some time, man. You gotta understand. You're coming from NXT. You're doing all this. Okay. I'm gonna do this. NXT call-ups who are now superstars. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Bayley. I can stop there.
So I'm gonna stop you right there. All those people you named, did they not grind it out before they got it where they was at? Every single one of them grinded it out. Did any of them show up?
That's what they're doing now.
No, they not. Shotzi just had a title shot. The chicken had been up for like 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, okay. When the Shield came, they took over immediately in their title shot.
They did.
That's not the same.
But Finn Balor came up on the main roster and became Universal Champion.
Okay. Well, let's say this then. Those people you just named, all those people you just named, compare them to the NXT people that's coming up right now. Street Profits.
You got to give them time.
Racist Dexter Lumis. Johnny Wrestling? Yeah, who cares? He has done nothing. Who else that I'm called up? It's so many bums. They just bringing up these bums.
Look, this is hold up, LP. You're blaming the talent. You need to start blaming the creator. Stop blaming the talents. You start blaming the creator. Creator is not putting these guys in these matches, in these segments the right way. If you put Johnny Gargano in a match with someone that can really go with them, you'll be impressed. Trust me. If you put Johnny Gargano watch Johnny Gargano in a Tommaso Ciampa match, you're going to change your whole perspective on the entire thing. Trust me.
But the thing is, as a company, you can't assume that people are watching NXT. So you got to write that show as if people. You remember back in the days when people used to show up, they had little promos. They coming. Just like that one dude that beat the hell out of you in that match. dude. They was a building him up. That was
I got at least one hit in, okay? I got
don't
one
remember
hit in,
that.
all right?
I don't remember that.
I must have beat you got that one hit. But either way, they were building him to be a monster. They did the promos, then they built him, then you do it. But you just can't be these NXT people are literally showing up out of the blue. And you're supposed to know the only person that get excited is that guy right there. He get excited over every NXT person that show up. Oh, she got the TCP paint back. He was excited. Get out of here, this chick. I'm telling you, in order for WWE to be what they need to be, and you're right, writers are horrible right now. I ain't gonna bring up this Triple H mess. Triple H needs to stop bringing these folks here, and they need to start making these people matter. Like none of them matter. Just like Brian, you said yourself, they're the main ones getting shine right now, and the show is going down. The matches are going on. The best thing they got going on right now is the Bloodline. Why can't y'all do all this great writing for the Bloodline and then crap on everybody else? Look at The Miz. The Miz is a joke. The Miz is now a jobber. He's horrible now. And The Miz is one of the best guys that got back there. He can start a faction.
The Miz don't care. He got a reality show. He doing Dancing with Stars and everything else. He don't care. They need the money. And I gotta take the blame for Veer Mahan because I did go out there and make him look really good, and then everybody behind me made him look bad. So you gotta have somebody to get in the ring to be able to carry these guys. Like we said before, it's a good thing to be a great worker when you can make someone else look good. But when you have someone that can't make you look good or you can't make yourself look good, it takes you away from your whole drive. So you got to put them in the ring with somebody that can make them look good and keep it pushing.
And stories, you got to build these stories. You can't just throw somebody out there and expect me to care. As a person that doesn't watch NXT, and Lord knows before they let them keep their name, they bring them over here and Karrion Kross look like somebody from the reject from Mortal Kombat with that What was that? So I mean, come on, man.
Man, do you know that was your boy Vince that was changing everybody's characters when they came over. And luckily certain wrestlers like a Butch, he just so happened to like his name, so he ended up keeping it. And Butch is one of the most over wrestlers on the SmackDown roster, man. And I love Pete Dunne, but Pete Dunne ain't got nothing on Butch. You know what I'm saying? Butch is the man. That was some great points that you guys brought up. I want to go back real quick to that tough talk with LP and let everyone know that LP's opinions does not reflect that of the show.
Dexter Loomis, I'm on your ass.
I ain't saying that about Dexter Loomis, but LP is officially on your ass, Dexter Loomis. I ain't saying none of the stuff that he's saying, but LP is gunning for you.
It'd be hilarious if I was talking and he just showed up behind me all of a sudden.
Oh, that would be hilarious. That would be a great moment. Oh man, thank you, LP, for that tough talk.
No problem.
Oh man, listen, we have to go back to the wrestler of the Best Damn Wrestling podcast. We asked the man, Mr. Everything, if he can take us to school, and school is what he's doing. In this clip, Mr. Everything is teaching students how to properly hit the ropes without snapping them and without snapping your spine. So, Mr. Everything, just before I present this clip of you teaching your class, can you give us a little insight about your academy, sir?
Absolutely. So in this clip, I'm actually training a couple of boxers. And one of the main things that I was telling them is that cardio is everything in terms of boxing, as well as wrestling. So I was showing them how to run the ropes to be able to kind of get that cardio up, to get that heart rate up. But I was showing them the right way of running the ropes
So in the event that the ropes do pop, like happened with Bobby Lashley a couple of months ago, you have the ability to save your own life. You won't sustain a serious injury like breaking your neck, your back, or even something terminal. So in this clip, you're going to see the guys learn the correct way to run the ropes, and they get blown up in the first couple of seconds. So let's take a look.
All right, prepare yourselves. Get your notebooks and your pencils and your pads out. It's time to go to school.
Protect yourself from, even though these ropes are going here securely, it's always a chance that the ropes may pop. Oh, I've seen it happen on WWE. They have the most professional ring out there. Bobby Lashley went to go hit the ropes, and the top pops, and he went falling on the outside. What saves us all the time, is putting our arm up here. So when you hit the rope, you're going in with your hip into the rope, the second rope, you're grabbing it at the top here. So in the event that it does pop, you have something to hold on to as you're falling down. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to run into the rope, sit in it, sit in it. It's going to hurt. These ropes are unforgiving, so it's going to hurt. But the more you do it, the more your body's going to get used to it, and you're not going to feel it. So to show you how it looks, then you're going to step off with your right foot when you do it. So it should be a 3-step. I can do it in 2. So it should be 1, 2, 3, turn. Okay? When you turn, when it brings that right leg up and go to the other side. So it's one of the legs. I'm gonna do it in 2. This way. So we're gonna do that. Get our cardio up. This is gonna help you breathe out. The ropes is gonna make you breathe. Shoot that air out. Okay?
Oh man, hitting them ropes, Jack. Man, that sounded like it hurt a little bit. Does it hurt when you hit the ropes when you run back and
It
forth?
hurts. It hurts a lot. And it's even worse because where we're at is inside of a barn, and it's 10 degrees in North Carolina right now. So you got the cold sitting on top of the ropes, and you're hitting them, and yeah, you'll feel it in the morning. Trust me. He called me the next day. He said, "Man, I don't think I can get out of bed." So yeah, they're made to hurt because they don't want you to lean on them too much. You got to hop off of them. So yeah, man, they're not to play with.
Oh man, I always thought running the ropes would be fun. Almost like a little bungee cord or a little snap rubber band. But you're telling me it hurts and it puts bruises on your body. So I think I'll pass. Oh man. But we always love seeing Mr. Everything do his thing in the Academy of Wrestling. Sir, thank you, Mr. Everything, for sharing that clip with the beautiful people. Oh man. Fellas, man, we are an hour and 24 minutes in. And sometimes we get hungry. So we got to go to the chef of the best damn wrestling podcast. And that's Chef Showtime. What's your best damn recipe?
Uh, this week I made something simple. You can eat it hot or cold. It's pesto pasta with chicken. It's a very simple recipe. If you have olive oil, some minced garlic, boneless chicken, some pepper flakes, throw it together with some sun-dried tomatoes. It is awesome. But my pesto sauce, you can either buy from the store. I make mine personally because I know how to make my own sauce. But it is delicious. You can add more vegetables to it. Man, this thing about it made me want to go heat up another plate of it.
Oh man. Chef, Showtime, let the beautiful people know where they can get a recipe for some of your chicken pasta.
You can get the recipe off of the Best Damn Podcast, or just hit me up on my page. I can send you whatever recipe you need, or you want to make something. Send it to me. I probably got it, or I can make it up for you.
I need a chicken. I need a chicken recipe.
What kind of chicken? Fried chicken, baked chicken.
Me and my siblings, for Christmas we having a cook off. So everybody got to cook some chicken, and whoever got the best chicken wins. But I got to cook it myself. My sister, I'm going to get 4 women. We'll talk. I know we're going a little long already on the show, but yeah, I need something good.
I got
you cheating. You cheating. I'm telling.
Everybody, I'm glad my sisters don't watch the podcast.
He gonna come to the cook-off with the best damn chicken. So as he come up to her, he was like, "Hey, I got this in the bag, sisters. I got the best damn chicken. It's in the name. I already won. I don't need to. Don't nobody need to try it. Don't nobody need to taste it. It's called the best damn chicken for a reason." So you got the supplies, man. You gonna hook us up with next week with some best damn chicken?
I can make some best damn chicken.
All right. You got your LP so he can win this cook-off, man. You know what I'm saying? It's pride on the line.
Yeah.
It is pride on the line.
His kids gonna eat it.
Not teenagers, not no little kids.
So I gotta change it.
What you put some chicken, Chef? You sprinkling some crack in the chicken?
I was gonna give a recipe like bourbon or some whiskey sauce. I mean,
boy, you were talking like you laced the chicken with Molly or something. You had to make sure.
That's that sauce that they had on the Cosby Show that time they was all eating that chicken.
Yeah.
He kind of went right. He tried to take it from Kenny.
Yeah. You can take my chicken. It's good. Boy, got that crack, that crackling on it. You know what I'm saying? But LP, Chef Showtime said he got you on the best damn chicken. If you want more recipes from Chef Showtime, you can go to our Facebook page and check that out. Beautiful people, thank you for joining us, fellas. It's been a great show, man. Let the people know what you got going on and where can they find you. LP.
Photography all day long, fashion shows coming up, everything you will find on my Instagram on One Quick Photography Shoots.
All right. Chef Showtime, what you got going on and where can the people find you?
The only thing I got going on is kids and work. They can find me on Facebook at Dante Carter. You can find me on Twitch at Chef Showtime. You can find me on Instagram, Chef Showtime, TikTok, Chef Showtime, Facebook, Dante's Kitchen.
All right. You heard the chef speak. And Mr. Everything, what you got going on and where can the people find you?
I'm chilling right now. I'm getting ready to be done with school as of this week. So I will be a graduate of Shaw University. I have my bachelor's. I'm gonna walk in May. But I am going to offer anyone out there that's looking to become a professional wrestler, I'm going to offer some classes. So you guys can look me up on Instagram, official_Mr. Everything. Send me a message. If you're in the North Carolina area, we can get together, link up, we'll give you a tryout, see if you be a good fit for you, and then we can go from there. And I'm also helping out a lot of boxers out there. So if any boxers that need some help training, get in contact with me. Get in contact with me and we can make it happen, all right?
Oh, man. Learn to knock somebody out with a pinky. from your boy, Mr. Everything. He got you on the
Legit.
trainings. So boxing training, wrestling training. If you're in the North Carolina area or the surrounding areas in South Carolina, Virginia, or Georgia, look up Mr. Everything so you can get trained by the best trainer in the business. Beautiful people. My name is Brian Renegade. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on all my platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Snapchat, all that jazz at Brian Renegade. You can also follow me on Facebook at Brian Renegade. And if you want to follow the show, you can check out our Instagram at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. You can check out our Facebook page at Best Wrestling. You can check out our Facebook group at the BD Wrestling Podcast. You can check out our Twitter at Best Damn Crew. And you can check out our Twitch at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. And if you want to join the Best Damn Nation for only $5, that's a sandwich, a drink, a burger, and maybe some toys. You can join the Best Damn Nation. And we got all kinds of goods for you. We got shirts. We got t-shirts. I said shirts twice, but we shirts and t-shirts. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? This is a shirt. What LP got on is a t-shirt. We got cups, mugs, coats, hoodies, all that jazz with the Best Damn logo on it. So you can get the Best Damn paraphernalia when you go to our Patreon and support the show. And if you want to support the show in another way, you can go to our website, www.thebestdamnwrestlingpodcast.live, and you can donate to the growth of the show. Fellas, as always, it's been a great show. Before we leave, I like how we did it last week. Let's get a word of advice for the people. LP, you got a word of advice?
Don't skip over black people when you're giving out money.
Oh, man. You know what? That's a good one, though. I'm going to let that ride. I'm going to let that ride. Oh, man. Chef Showtime, you got some advice for the people.
Don't walk down dark alleys.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Not at all. I wouldn't do that at all. Dangerous. Very dangerous. Not good for your health. Mr. Everything, you got a final word for the people.
Yes, you can learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your seatbelt.
There you go. That's a good one. And my word of advice is that it is Wednesday. Thanksgiving was Thursday. Throw that damn food away. Thank you for joining the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. We will see you next week on the next Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. Fellas, I will see you next week. Beautiful people, we are!